Hi everyone, welcome to Girl Talk. We're filming at Radiance Skin Therapy and Laser Center off of Todd Drive in Madison. We'll talk with Ann Hill later about fillers. We'll get a little lesson in fillers and what they are and how they work.
Filler 101, did you call it?
I did, I called it
like
Filler
that
101. Exactly. But later too, we'll be talking with Brandy from Brandy's Bridal Galleria. Don't you love talking to her?
She's so fun, full of energy, she's bubbly.
Yeah, if you're in the market for bridal gowns, prom dresses, bridesmaid stuff,
Mother of the bride.
Or just with holidays coming and just having a special party dress, since she's having that big event, you can get it at a discount.
Yeah.
she is so friendly, and you know, I've always had the feeling that bridal places have this reputation of being a little stuffy, and I just never.
They do.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Because I've not been in that.
True story.
market.
I've been to one before and it was really awkward, and you're trying, you know, you're already just kind of nervous but excited, and
Yeah,
it
just
wasn't
wanna have
a good
fun.
experience.
It's a very exciting time, and the experiences that I've had, it's like, be quiet, you know, don't disturb anyone else.
Like it's a
and
museum or
where's the
something, yeah.
champagne? And
Where's the party?
Brandy,
Where's the brandy?
is just she's
Total
anything but
opposite.
stuffy. She
Yeah.
is so
Right.
friendly and easy to talk to and very genuine. So
Yeah.
we always loved having her on.
Their whole place is like that too. I've been a few times and it's just so easy. Everyone's nice and they're happy to see you. And it sounds like such a dumb thing to care about, but like it's just so important.
Right.
You know, like obvious basic stuff. But
Makes
Well,
it
any
easier.
major life change, it's still stressful. Any stress is stress, even if it's good stress, you know?
Speaking of stress, we'll also be talking about buying cars. That can be stressful. We'll have Kaiser Automotive Group here to talk about that.
you got to drive a Porsche recently, speaking of, didn't you?
I did. Yeah, I did.
I'm jealous.
I have some friends that have a Porsche 911. It's actually a 1988 collector's. And they, we had a nice fall day recently on the weekend. Do you want to go for a ride? I was like, sure, okay. It's convertible and it's nice weather. Sure, I'll go. And then it went to, do you want to drive it? And it's like,
Want to, yes. Terrified also, yes.
that you could.
Yeah.
well, you know what made me actually take the leap, because I really would have been content just to ride along, was one of the inspirational things that sometimes I like to think about is, when is the last time you tried something for the first time?
Ooh, good thought.
And
yeah.
so I was like, Janet, you should take this opportunity.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. So I did drive it, but I was really afraid I was going to wreck their car.
Of
you
course,
know,
yeah.
right?
But what a fun experience.
It was.
So did you like max it out at like 35?
Maybe 20. I barely got out of first. No, I did not do that car justice.
Well, we'll find out what Don Griffin thinks about that after the break, because we're going
Right.
to talk to them next. Kaiser Automotive right here on Girl Talk. Stick around. Hey guys, welcome back to Girl Talk. We are here at Radiant Skin Therapy off of Todd Drive. We're going to talk anti-aging a little bit later in the show. But first, we're going to address, how do you go about, with all the information that is out there today, online and particularly, how do you find the right dealership? So, who better to talk about that than Don Griffin himself, who is the general manager of Kaiser Automotive Group. How are you, Don?
Doing great, Jessa. Good morning.
Good morning. So glad to have you. So, first of all, before we kind of dive in, let's talk a little bit about price. So, that's the number one question on everyone's mind, right? How do you determine price for vehicles?
You know, that's a great question. And dealers that have taken a real focused approach to making sure that they can achieve a couple things that customers are looking for. First and foremost, a non-pressured, convenient experience. And then secondly, transparency in terms of the overall pricing module, have taken the process to a new level. In fact, I've been in the industry for over 25 years, and what we do today is we actually look at the marketplace, look at how many vehicles there are that match up exactly to what we have, and what dealers are asking online for them to determine how we price our vehicles. The days of marking up cars and hoping that somebody just falls off the back of the proverbial turnip wagon and says, I gotta buy it, are over with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Today,
We're too savvy.
exactly. Today, people have so much information at their fingertips We want to make sure that what they're seeing when they go to our websites, when they come onto our lots and look at our vehicles merchandised at our brick and mortar store, line up not only with what our online pricing tells them, but more importantly, they see that we are the price leader. Our position today is to take our business to a new area, which is to do volume. And volume requires volume pricing. So what we do constantly is monitor where other dealers have their cars priced at and make sure that we have the most attractive price of all.
So, like you were saying, so today's consumers want information. So how does your company and your staff address the things that people want to know when they come into the brick and mortar dealership?
That's a great question. You know, we believe that people have the right to have all the information and have it quickly and efficiently. The days of holding on to people's keys until they decide to say yes are long gone.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
It doesn't work. So what we do is within a few moments of a customer coming into our store, we immediately address their trade-in and we do a pre-appraisal to let them know what that car is worth. People also want to know when they walk in the door what their payments will be, what kind of down payments are required, what the prevailing interest rates are, and the different financial vehicles or options that they can take advantage of to buy a car. So what we do is we provide them with all that information. We give them estimates on price, payments, down payments, interest rates, lease payments, and a variety of other information within usually 10 to 15 minutes of them coming off the test drive. So we've decided that we want to treat everybody like they're a friend of the owner, a friend of the dealership. Instead of putting them through the traditional drill, we believe that it should be fast, fun, and efficient. And quite frankly, we are on the process of taking what normally takes 3 to 4 hours to buy a car. We believe it can be done in 90 minutes or less, so long as we're efficient and provide that information.
That's wonderful.
Boy, and that's how it is today. We want information, we want it now. Boy, people are just used to having that right away. And I assume that other dealerships, though, are doing this transparent sort of pricing, so how would you be different from some of the others then?
Well, you know, a lot of dealers are moving towards this because they realize the only way to survive in today's marketplace is to be transparent and to be upfront. Sad to say there's a lot of dealers that still don't do it. In fact, we're in the minority, not the majority as far as that goes. But if you take a look at other industries and what has happened in terms of the availability of that information and how it's driven customers to their online sites and to their storefronts, their brick and mortar storefronts, we realize that in order for us to be a viable concern in the future, we have to change and adapt now.
Absolutely. And we're running out of time, it goes so quick, but I want to talk to you about customer satisfaction and how it relates to you and your reputation and how you address that at Kaiser.
You know, for us, profit is secondary to satisfied customers. We realize that our best form of advertising are people that are engaged, that when they leave, they go within their sphere of influence, their family members, the people they work with, the people they associate with, and say what their experience was like with us.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
It's really powerful, and that's not to take anything away from TV or radio or the newspapers, but we know where our biggest impact or return on investment is, and that's the people that do business with us. So ultimately at Kaiser's, if there's ever an issue, it's not an issue in terms of addressing it and taking care of it to the satisfaction of our guests.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate your time and such an enlightening viewpoint on buying cars. So it's a nice, different approach. Make sure you go see Don and folks over at Kaiser Automotive Group. And we'll have to have you back. That was fun.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
thank
I'd love
you
to
so
be
much.
back. Thank you.
And please stick around after the break if you know somebody who is having a wedding coming up or just looking for a great dress to attend a wedding. We're going to talk sale, we're going to talk bridal, and it is all next after this.
Welcome back to Girl Talk. We are filming at Radiance and we're going to be talking about anti-aging. But first, we've got Brandy Niemer of Brandy's Bridals. How are you?
Good, thanks for having me.
Yeah, we're
Nice
going
to have you back.
we're going to be discussing events coming up at Brandy's Bridal. So you've got the bridal blowout sale at Brandy's. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. Next Thursday, the November 13th through Sunday the 16th, we're having our annual bridal blowout sale where we're giving discounts on bridal gowns. Come back in, get your dress, you get 10% off. We're also doing free veils and free gift bags and free Brandy's Bride t-shirts.
Fun.
Yeah, and then we also are getting rid of a whole bunch of stuff in our store. We have bridal gowns that you can buy right off the rack for starting at like $49.
Whoa.
We
Holy
have
cow.
bridesmaids dresses, special occasion dresses as low as like $19. We're even getting some prom dresses out for our sale.
I don't have any
and-
events coming up, but I want to go. I'm a bargain shopper.
Just to stock up.
There we
go.
have a party where we
Right.
just all wear a wedding dress just for fun at $49.
That's right. I know we were
That's
a little too late for Halloween.
Yeah, that's true. But
We can
what
film
a
on
fun
it next
thing.
time. you're
Yeah.
That's wow. Talk about great pricing. That's just insane. You don't hear about that, especially at Brandy's. We have such great dresses.
Well, thank you.
There's another event that I'm really excited to learn more about. So Brides Across America is coming to Brandy's. There's a lot of buzz about this. Talk to us about this event.
Yes, this is something we're very excited about. Last year was our first year with it, and this year we're bringing back Brides Across America. It's called Operation Wedding Gown, where we're giving away free bridal gowns to girls that are engaged couples that are in the military or their fiancés are in
Oh,
the military.
nice.
So we gave away over 20 gowns last year, and we're
Holy
psyched
cow.
at least like double that number this year.
That is so fantastic.
Yeah.
Great.
So I've heard you mention that you're kind of a tester store before in the past, correct? And can you tell us what that is, what you mean by that, and what upcoming event you have in relation?
Sure, yes. We're really excited about this one too. We have a big weekend next weekend. It's kind of wrapping everything all into November 13th through the 16th. But we've actually been handpicked as a tester store for a couple different lines, and one of them we have coming in next weekend is Stella York. And so they're bringing in dresses that they're actually testing the market for 2016 already, which sounds like really
Very
far
cool.
away, but they're already planning for it. So they come, and we have actually a designer from their company coming and one of their head marketing people coming to kind of look and get like our feedback on dresses, and then also our brides that are coming in and trying them on and taking it back
cool.
and making changes on dresses, or maybe even just changing a neckline, or saying, you know what, nobody liked this dress, let's get rid of it.
Sure.
So it's kind of fun to have a hand on all
Well,
that
congratulations on being hand selected.
Yeah,
That is
that's
so neat. And with all the
awesome.
awards you have on your walls, no wonder.
Well, thank
No
you.
wonder.
So you're on the retail panel for Stella New York.
Yes.
That's so cool. Can you tell us what that means, or is that part of being a tester store?
Yeah, it actually isn't. It's the same company,
Okay.
but it's kind of two separate things. I've also just been chosen to be on their retail panel, which I actually get to go.
Windy in here. We're losing our sign. Keep going. Don't be distracted.
I get to go.
It's like a test. Can you continue?
Back to the tester. Get into
the
the
retail
retail panel.
panel.
Thank you. I get to go and be a part of this actual panel that helps come up with new designs and dresses for, again, this will be like late in 2016.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so we get to go out and kind of see what the designer's coming up with, and like just actually take fabric and put it on dresses and move it here and move it there on mannequins and
Oh,
on
how
models.
cool.
And yeah, so I'm really excited about it. It'll be something new and exciting.
What a cool
Yeah, so
aspect of the job.
Yeah. Gosh, we've crammed a lot in this interview. There's so much going on this month. It's really neat. And I want to touch on really quick before we go. You are the only state-of-the-art bridal salon in the Midwest. Tell us what that means and why.
Sure. Well, we kind of pride ourselves in being the different bridal store. We're not the stuffy, typical bridal store. We want you to come in and just kind of say, wow, I want to try everything on. We are the home of the 3-day runway, where you get to come in and try your dress, or while you're trying on dresses, you can go on our runway and see the front, the back, the side view. We also are the home of the champagne toast, so when you buy your gown, you get to do a champagne toast
That's
with
so
us. Yes.
That's like one of the best parts. I was in a bridal party and there was that experience didn't happen, and I was waiting for it.
Yeah. It's kind of a big crescendo to the end of that day.
Right.
Yeah, you put a lot of work in to find the right dress.
So for the biggest selection, the new trends and the experience, check out Brandy's Bridal and make sure don't miss the huge sale that she's got going on next weekend at Brandy's Bridal in New Glarus. We are going to be right back with more Girl Talk here Filming at Radiance.
Hi, welcome back to Girl Talk. We're filming today at Radiant Skin Therapy off Todd Drive, and we're sitting with the beautiful Ann Hill. Thanks for having us again.
Thank you.
It's always so fun to be here and learn something new about how to stay beautiful and reverse aging and all of those things that we all need. So during the break, you were telling me the difference between cosmetic facial fillers, which we're going to be talking about today, and Botox, which I didn't know are different, but they are different things, and Botox is going to be a whole different segment for whenever we come see you next. But tell us a little bit about what cosmetic facial fillers are.
Okay, so fillers are product that we put back into the face, and the reason we do that is because as we age, we lose substantial fat in our face, and we also lose bone in our face. So the skin, all it can do is come down. So we get things like folds or wrinkles through here, or we even see where our eye area looks a little bit more hollow.
Right.
And really all that is that all of us at some point in time will lose facial fat and we will lose bone. And so what we do is we take these natural existing ingredients, or most of our fillers are made of natural ingredients that you're already gonna find somewhere in your body. And the most common fillers are something made up of hyaluronic acid, and that's already in your skin for volume and hydration. So it's natural. We don't see allergies to this, and so many people can use this to bring back some youthful look.
Sure, how cool.
Yeah.
Showing off some of your photos here as
Right.
you're talking, just to show some of the fat loss and
Yeah.
bone loss. Yeah.
Right. And here's kind of the picture. The bone doesn't really show as well as the fat, but we do lose substantial structure in our bone. And it all happens in that upper part of that face. And so when we age, we become more of a rectangle. All of this comes down. And when we're younger, we're kind of this upside down triangle. So our cheeks are our peak. And so a lot of our filling today is done in this upper part of this face because it really brings back a lot of youth.
So I've always said chubby cheeks, I mean, it's a good thing.
Really a good thing. Keep them going.
So if this is a new idea for someone to consider fillers, how do you know if it's the right thing for you? Do you look at the picture and go, yep, that's me?
Right.
Well, and
Which stage are you in?
Right, which stage, and that's going to vary because we see people in 45 years old that don't look like this. So I think if you're seeing some wrinkles and some volume loss through here and through here, maybe up in your eye area, or you see some flattening in your cheek, those are times where we say something isn't quite right, I'm aging, what can I do about it? And that's where we provide those free consultations for people, and we help them. We say, this is where we would put those fillers and this is what it would do for you. And so I think it's a matter of people know that there's something different than when they were 30, maybe, okay? And so they're not quite sure what it is, but they want to do something about it. And a lot of people associate it, well, I don't want Botox, and they think fillers are Botox. It isn't. It's natural. It's something we put back in the body that's natural.
And that's a really interesting point, because I'm sure a lot of women look in the mirror and see a wrinkle and think, I got to go out and get the best wrinkle cream in the world. But the best wrinkle cream in the world isn't going to replace what's lost and actually causing that wrinkle. So
It will not replace volume like this.
Right. So that's really interesting. And one question that comes to mind, of course, is you know, as we do these fillers as we're aging and it helps us look more youthful, do you maintain your own look then? Do you still look like you as you're adding filler?
Absolutely. So, you know, when we have people come in for the first time, we actually say, bring us a photo of you when you were 15 years younger. Okay. So we can see, okay, where is the volume loss? A lot of times we just know where the volume loss is, and we follow your own facial features. So we're not trying to create something. And I know you've seen people out there that are recreated. That's not what we do with fillers. That's really, you know, you're going to have surgery and you're going to have a lot of work done to really create something way different than who you are. This is tweaking. This is just adding. Think of just adding that fat back in your skin to provide the volume.
And
too
some
bad.
of these before afters are really outstanding, and you were saying all that's been done here is just the fillers. I mean,
Yep.
so these
Adding
women look,
volume.
It's adding
You can
fillers.
see, too,
they
where
look like
it's-
them.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Because as
version
you
of
can
themselves.
see, this is, you know, more of a rectangle. She's getting real heavy on her lower part of her face, and this just looks more youthful. She still looks totally like herself,
Yeah.
but it's way more youthful. The same as this woman, as she's aging, it's really, we're losing that upper part of the face volume, and it's absolutely beautiful when you can put that back in and you can help the eyes, you know, the nasolabial folds, which we call it, or the marionette lines. We can help all of that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about, is there discomfort that comes along or downtime? I mean, what can people expect with that?
Yeah, and that's gonna vary. All of us vary in that. You know, fillers like to attract water, so we usually say there's gonna be a little bit of swelling. And that's not like, you know, one side of your face is out to here, but you know, there's a little bit of, you know, something you can see that's not quite right. You know, the day of, the day after. Usually nobody notices but you. You could get a mild bruise or a tiny bruise, usually coverable with makeup. So a lot of our people, they're even in on their lunch hour, they get their fillers and they're back to work.
That's
Wow,
so great.
That sounds minimal.
Yeah, yeah.
Excuse me. So how long did these results last?
You know, we've got fillers that will last you 6 months, and we have fillers that'll last you 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so a lot of times people want, how can it last 5 years? Well, we really don't want those products because our skin needs to age naturally, and when we get some of those products that aren't natural and are going to last way longer, it won't allow our faces to age normally.
Oh, that's
Sure.
Yeah.
interesting.
Sure, absolutely. This
Yeah.
is so fascinating. Thank
Yeah.
you. It's been such
Thank
a pleasure.
you.
I can't wait till next time and what we learn then.
Yeah.
For the viewers at home, check out Anne here off Todd Drive at Radiant Skin Therapy and at radiantskin.therapy.com. Thank you for watching Girl Talk, and we'll see you next time.